Hi, I'm Lawrence Cook from nanoPay. We've built a real-time gross settlement payments platform. It's actually based on MintChip, which is a digital cash platform that was designed by the Royal Canadian Mint to replace physical cash. And we're working with banks and central banks to transform the way the world transacts. Our platform allows for many different use cases, but we're focused on 4: cross-border, business-to-business, digital cash, which is a physical cash replacement, and in capital markets and settlement. Today, we only have time to demo 2. First, we're going to demo business-to-business payments. 51% of transactions, business-to-business transactions in the US, are still done by paper check. So payments are slow. They have no data related to them. So I'm going to start off on a screen here. This is FreshBooks, and we're going to create an invoice. We're going to select a client. So this is standard accounting software. And we're going to type something in here. Oops. We're going to put an amount in. Oh, that's too little. And some hours for this consulting work. That's done. And a tax. And now we'll send out the invoice. You can see that the invoice is being created. And we can zoom in here. And on the invoice, we can see this is invoice number 3486. So it's sent. So then moving across to our portal, and this is designed to demonstrate, but this portal will be available to all banks. And they've got a dashboard of incoming and outgoing funds. And we can see that we just created that invoice, and it's been sent. And we can go and look into the detail as well, if we like. And that's already been sent out there under the sales amount. And in the dashboard, we can see that the invoice has been sent. Switching across to the receiving side of things, we're going to look into expenses. And expenses here, we can see that same invoice, 3486. And now we've got an ability to pay this directly. So it sent a payment request and the invoice all in one. And you have 2 choices. You can pay it immediately, or you can pay it by scheduled date. It also has taken all the ISO 20022 data from that invoice and put it into both XML and JSON. This is obviously not how it would look normally. It would integrate directly within your accounting system, but this just shows that all of that data is indeed there. So we'll select a time in the future when this is going to be paid. And now if we go back to our dashboard, we can see that new bills received has gone back to 0. And if we go back to the other side and we look at our sales, we can see that transaction's been paid. So, I think there are a few things here. Firstly, it's integrated into the existing accounting and invoicing platforms. You can do straight-through processing, eliminating all the requirement to do bank reconciliation afterwards. And you actually get data on what's happening with the transaction. So you can see when someone's paid it, even if they're going to schedule it, right? So if it's scheduled for a certain date, you'll get a different result as to, sorry, I clicked on the wrong one. This is where it was scheduled to be paid. Switching across to our next demo. This is cross-border. And in cross-border, what we're doing here is a real-time transaction. So we're moving across currencies, across borders, and it's a real-time transaction settled in real time. This is designed for banks to get back some of the market share that they've lost. And today, the experience is slow. You don't know where the money is, sometimes for days at a time. It is very expensive. And it's a really bad consumer experience because you spend all your time trying to find out what's going on. So within this environment, we're going to go and send something. We're going to send it to Owen. Select the person. We're going to do it for 3,002 Canadian dollars. I've got an alert here because it's gone over an AML limit, which is 3,000, so that I click to confirm that. We get to either select the default rate, or we can look at other rate providers. We select a rate, and we immediately send the payment on. Now, notice that on the receiving party, which is on the mobile phone, they've already received an alert to say that the money has been sent, but it's under review. So they haven't actually received the money yet. And so now I switch across to the bank side of things, and I can see that there's a pending transaction. So this is the bank back office, and I can see that there's a pending transaction for AML approval. And once it gets approved, you can see in real time the person's received the funds. And now they can accept or reject those funds. And if they accept them, obviously the funds come in real time, and there the amount has been updated. So here what we've got is something that is real time. It's based on our digital cash platform. It means that banks can lower their costs of doing cross-border transactions by as much as 60%. It also reduces their credit risk. It also reduces the currency risk that they currently have in the platform. Having lost 40% of consumer and starting to lose market share on the SME and ultimately on the business side, this is a huge opportunity for banks to increase their margins, offer their customers a better experience, and at the same time get that market share back. So, in summary, we built a digital cash platform that is to work with banks and with central banks. We are not competing with banks, we're working with them to make the infrastructure modern and up-to-date. It takes less than a week to integrate into our APIs. In the future, we'll have an open source version of what we're doing as well that can be used by anyone out there. So we're looking for partners in banks, other technology partners. Please stop by our booth and come and say hi. Thank you very much for your time.